auditors have changed the way. It's not just about financial audit. It's an entire system audit where they review everything. But of course, they are limited by law. They can't go into the deeper ends. But procurement issues, system management, those kind of things, they can touch on it. But if there is anything that requires deeper analysis, there's what we call forensic audit. Okay. If it's required, we need to do it. But probably just to pick up on the issue of post-election review and audit, probably something that we need to pursue.
Right, but before you hang on that particular issue, I just wanted to ask, what is the rhyme and reason that they should be given this money in tranches? That they have it now, then in January. They should, I think at this time, they should just be given their whole lot of money in preparation for 2027. Why are we dishing out in tranches?
Our basket is limited. Our basket is limited.
Really? No, but we
limited. That's
no.
They cannot. They asked for 75. They asked for 75 billion to run the election. We looking at the basket available, and the way they have sliced the basket, the way they have sliced the cake, it was not possible, I believe so, to allocate them the entire 75 billion at one go. It would have meant probably, for example, State House.
Aren't you creating this, aren't there the people who are creating then this need that arises for, direct procurement? Because we didn't have enough lead time to procure. Yes. Because you didn't give the exact tranche of money they needed to procure.
That's why we are saying...
So you can be blaming IEBC with the direct procurement, but here again...
But you see, listen, IEBC knew from 10th August 2022, they're going to have an election 10th August 2027. They knew.
But Mheshimiwa, the commissioners then were exiting.
They knew. So it's now, those are now the challenges as a country. We must investigate and interrogate and find out what led for the departure of the Fort Cherera 4, what was Sinenegan around it. You see, sometimes we Kenyans, we like sitting back and then start making noises much, much later. Us as ODM and Azimio, we picked up this conversation immediately thereafter on that issue. That's why I'm saying the next election cycle, let IEBC have a 5-year work plan so that they do not bring unnecessary pressure during the last year.
So are you alluding it to a poor planning of IEBC?
Yes, it is poor planning. Period. There cannot be another argument. You are very sure. For example, once you have a child, God willing, the child grows. At 3 years, they have to go to playgroup. You cannot now wake up that morning when is the child supposed to go to playgroup, and then you start wondering, where do I get money to take the child to playgroup? When your wife becomes pregnant, unless there's a miscarriage, invariably they'll have to deliver after 9 months. That's the question. The question is, when do you start planning? This is a failure on IEBC. It's a failure on the country.
And becomes costly.
Yeah, very costly.
Indeed.
Costly, and that's what we have always contested and contentious elections, because IEBC does not plan adequately. They are in a rush mode. Now here they are rushing to do so many things. Why can't you, for example, have it such a very clear system that once you get your ID card, you are automatically registered as a voter? Natural. It's a very technology. It does not even need technology. That the moment you get your ID, the system triggers. You become a registered voter automatically. Whether you vote or not, that's your constitutional right. But it becomes so we do not have to waste a lot of resources to register somebody, because when you go to register as a voter, so you leave your fingerprints, your biometrics are taken. And this one government, one system. Why not transit that information to the next level? Why do you have to spend billions and billions doing manual registration if you can do it automatically?
Right. Okay.
Secondly, when somebody dies in this country, so the issue is issued a death certificate, a burial permit. You can never be buried in this country without a burial permit. Why can't they collect that information and use it continuously to clean up the database? Do they have to come to you ask whether this died or not?
Do you ask them this thing, or will you ask them?
JLAC, the jail, that's now operational issues.
It's operational issue.
That's lies in the committee of JLAC, just as a legal affairs committee.
Okay.
Us at Public Accounts Committee,
it's money.
We are money, and we are morticians. we review after the incidents has happened. But I still trust and believe, if we are people of goodwill, we could deliver a verifiable and acceptable election.
Indeed.
Kenyans generally are people who can be asked, talked to, and understand and do things the right way.
Indeed.
For sure. I have a lot of trust in people of Kenya. It's only that Kenyans, because of the mistrust they have with the government, of whichever level, Kenyans have got a lot of mistrust. They don't trust the government.
For good cause.
They don't
For
trust
good
the
cause.
That's where our problem lies.
They've burnt their fingers before.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we need to end it here.
Yes.
I just want to give a closing remarks to you, Wakili, and of course, Mheshimiwa, you can close also for us with your reviews as well. Just briefly, your closing remarks.
Thank you very much. The failures that we have had explicated by Mheshimiwa on their encounter with the IEBC at that personal level, they are a microcosm of the failures of our institutions. The EACC is failing Kenyans. The National Cohesion and Integration Commission, we're hearing all this manner of slurs, insults that have absolutely no basis in our political space, but they are happening. We haven't seen any prosecutions. The ODPP, we hear constantly murmurs and rumors of corruption going there. And someone should have stood in the dock to answer to criminal charges, an indictment following it. We don't see it. And then we hear at the same time, simultaneous with that the EACC is following so and so. Out of political malice, the ODPP has taken so and so to court out of political malice, not the actual execution of their functional and constitutional statutory obligations. This is a sad day for our country. I cannot whip those institutions to function within the law. He cannot at that personal level. The institution of parliament is also equally failing the Kenyan people. I don't want to point any finger